Thanks to everyone who have subscribed. If you have not, please do. And thanks for coming out here. I really appreciate you. Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. This morning, we are looking at some governors that have been asked, that have been reported to Buhari. We don't know which Buhari they are talking about because apparently we've not seen him or he has not engaged the people. Rather, what we've been hearing is a recorded message, they've been telling us Buhari wants to address the nation, but apparently it's been recorded message all along. So we are hearing that PTF reports Kogi governor to Buhari. Kogi governor is Bello, Mr. Bello, who says there is no coronavirus, zero coronavirus in his state, and they will not let him be, that he must produce coronavirus. The guy said, I beg, I don't want to make money, and no one gets involved on a scam. Whatever you guys are doing, please, Kogi state is exempted. But they don't want here anyway. Apparently, they said don't report on to Buhari. Let's go to the news and hear which Buhari they report on to. The Presidential Task Force, PTF, on coronavirus disease has formally reported Governor Bello of Kogi State to President Muhammadu Buhari for what it termed the governor's hostility attitude to the body. The PTF is also displeased with Governor Wike, that guy, rude boy, no shine, no time, Rivers, and Ben Cross River. Those guys, they be wild. So for the 12, Judas the day, and we could get 36. So how many Judas day? You don't count and you don't see for yourself. I'll be okay now. For allegedly not cooperating with the committee in the fight against coronavirus. What cooperation do you want from Rivers and Cross Rivers? That you're sending out majoris to them even in the lockdown, interstate lockdown, and they are returning them. What cooperation are you talking about? Similarly, unprecedented by the attitude of Kogi and Cross River governments in the Nigerian Medical Association NAM, practically on claims by the two states that there are no coronavirus, is a coronavirus-free state. The association says the two states must follow the testing guidelines issued by the Nigerian Center for Disease Control (NCDC) before having such bragging rights. Wait, now won't force it or say coronavirus. They say no day. The year would say no. The National gathered yesterday that the federal government may impose a lockdown on Kogi or declare a state of emergency if Bello continue to defile the PTF. Guys, before we continue, the news continues, but let me just give you a breakdown. So PTF went to whatever presidential task force on coronavirus, went to Kogi State. Yes. Bello said, no problem, you're welcome, but you have to undergo 14 days quarantine. Now they run, no, they can't go report the guy. So is it not legal for anybody who comes, is that not the guideline, part of the guideline, to go under quarantine? So why are they exempted? Why do they feel that they don't have coronavirus, but there is coronavirus in the state? I am not exempting Governor Bello for saying there is no coronavirus. I mean, I don't know what measures they put in place or if test has been carried and every single person there is no coronavirus. That's fine. We thank God for that. That's well and good. Yes. But what they are saying is, what is good for A as well as Z? It should be good for Z. They are one and the same parents. They are children of the same parents. So there should be no exemption or one will not be treated better than the other. No. It's called inequality. It's called gross inequality. So they came to Kogi and he said, no problem, you are absolutely welcome. But undergo quarantine is part of your guidelines. Now be all this matter with the years soon. Cross River State say no coronavirus. We are happy, we are fine, people are doing well. They said no, that they will issue a state of emergency, that the governors are lying. So I don't get where this is going to. I don't understand what is exactly happening and why they must declare coronavirus in the state. Those that declare coronavirus ask you guys for money. Guess what? Femi Adesina, never see anything. We explained initially that federal government is not one person. Federal government is a body. Yes, federal government is the president, the vice president, senate president, house of representatives, house members, speakers. These are people that constitute the federal government. It's not an individual. Buhari is not the federal government, because if one man is the federal government, then it's not a democratic setting. That's why we have different arms that look into law, that look into legislation before they are being passed. But where Adesina will talk something, they say the federal government you never see anything. The Nigeria scam. Let's continue. So the sources say the Kogi governor, who is gathering, who is greatly perceived as a Buhari, who is perceived as a core Buddhist, stands the risk of losing the favor he currently enjoys from Axel Villa, as he's one of Buhari's boys and Buhari really likes him. The PTF, according to sources, is angry with the very poor attitude of Bello to the management of coronavirus pandemic, which he led to the conduct of only two tests so far in his state. The committee suspects that the state may be suppressing information about coronavirus infection in its terrain, going to the governor's alleged maltreatment of NCDC officers sent to the state on Thursday. The four-men NCDC team to the state were allegedly honored, humiliated and escorted out of Lokoja by some policemen and security agencies up to the airport road in Abuja on the order of the governor. The development and report of some cases of the Federal Medical Center in Lokoja, the state capital, are said to have fueled suspicion by the PTF that the state has more to hide on coronavirus. Consequently, the PTF has met with all security agencies to keep them abreast of the breach of the Quarantine Act by the state government. A top-level source says the facts at our disposal have shown that Kogi is at risk of coronavirus because it is meeting point of interstate travelers and it shares border with 12 states, about one-third of the states in the federal capital, but leads to recorded infection. The border states are Ondo, Ekiti, Edo, Kwara, Niger, Anambra, Enugu, Osun, Federal Capital Territory, Plateau, and Benue. Kogi has already conducted two tests despite the increasing rate of community spread. We were shocked that the state government has refused to fulfill its obligation to ensure the Quarantine Act of 1990. Yet the PTF have been very polite in relating with Governor Bello. For instance, the Minister of Health, Dr. Usage Ihere, on Tuesday called the governor, and it was agreed that the four-man team in NCDC will be sent to the state. But while receiving the four-man team on Thursday, he said they should hand over letters they brought to the State Commissioner of Health in the process of commitment and contact with the head of team, and the governor spoke by ordering his immediate team to quarantine them. Following refusal to be quarantined, the governor humiliated the team by ensuring that they were escorted by armed police out of Lokoja to the airport road in Abuja. Another reliable source said PTF was briefed by the team, which went to Kogi, and the committee in turn hand in a meeting with security agencies where the governor's unbecoming attitude was formally reported. The PTF members also unanimously decided to report the governor to President Muhammadu Buhari, since he has always boasted that he has the ear of the president. The position of the committee is for the president to invoke his power in the 1999 Constitution to declare a state of emergency in Kogi, or use his inherent authority in the Quarantine Act to impose lockdown on the state. The PTF believe any of these steps should be taken if the governor remain reluctant. It is left to the president to decide the fate of Kogi state. Although the governor is a favorite of the presidential villa, it is doubtful if he can have his way this time in stretching out his luck. Investigation also shows that PTF was equally angry with Governor Wike and Ben Cross River for not complying with the Committee on Commitment on COVID-19. A member of the task force says these two governors are not doing enough to contain coronavirus. They are playing politics with it. They have not paid serious attention to the campaign against coronavirus. What are you guys saying? You sent Amajiris to them, and most of these Amajiris have tested positive. So who is spreading? Because I've not, the same federal government, I've not heard them say a word about this Amajiri situation that is going on in Nigeria. I've not heard a single word. So who is deceiving who? Come on, you guys should just stop this your political statement and face your work and do your work. Okay? If they say there's no coronavirus, leave them. Time will tell. If there is, it will show. Abi? And leave them now. Thank you, my people. Now, the matter be that, or what do you think? Don't forget to thumbs up for us, like and share. God bless you. Have a good day. Bye for now.